So what we're going to try to cover today is working larger areas of filler. This is a medium large. It's not huge, but it's a good size area. So we're going to try to make it where it's a little bit easier to get where we're going a little bit quicker. So as you can see, bedside, it's lived a little bit of a rough life back here. So I've already worked the metal as much as I'm going to. I got this area feeling a lot better. Had a really high ridge right here and a low spot here, so I was able to get behind it, push out on the low, tap in on the high, and get a little bit flatter. So we're not working over a crown or anything when it really needs to be pretty straight and flat. We took the bedside down to bare metal. We've got it primed now with VP 2050 direct metal high build primer. Now we're going to start working filler on the dents. We've got it close enough that it's not going to take much filler to get it straight. So I need to sand this so the filler is going to stick, but before I do, I'm going to mark the areas with a pencil so I know where to apply the filler once it's sanded. So let's get to it. We've got a small dent right here. This area, this is one of those factory kind of areas where it's probably just the low spot from the factory. And what we want to do is fill that. Just put a little skim coat on. All this blocked out good. We've got a little patch panel we put in down here. I'll have to work a little filler on the bottom of that. But this area, all this, we're going to wipe pretty much this whole area with filler. I'll run over all the unsanded areas with 80 grit. We just want to get a good scratch on it so that everything's going to stick to it. We don't want to take it off and go to bare metal. If this was thin and I started to go through real easy, I'd probably switch over to some 120. But we just want to rough it up. It needs to be between 80 grit and 180 grit. All right, what I'm going to do is apply my filler, and before it completely sets up, I'm going to start shaping it. So to shape that, I'm either going to use a cheese grater or an aggressive grit like 40. And what that's going to do is let me cut it down fast before it sets up. Now you have to catch it when it's just right, kind of in the in-between state. It's got to be starting to dry, but not completely dry. So you'll keep checking it until it sands like it's supposed to. I'll try to go through it as it happens. But if it's rolling, it's usually too wet. It's clogging your paper, it's too wet. And then it'll get to that magic spot where, boom, where you can sand a lot off really fast and you can shape it pretty quick. Now the cheese grater is very aggressive. See the teeth on that thing? It takes a big bite. Most of the time I don't use the cheese grater. Cut with the cheese grater is really just too much. So if I was doing a real deep fill or I wiped it and it was really rough, I might knock the top off with the cheese grater. Then I'm gonna jump over to 40. I'll be using the Rage Optics by Evercoat. Really like this filler. It sands extremely well and it works well when you're doing this cheese grating or 40 grit method. When you add filler, it's 2% by weight. There's also a little guide on the top to give you an idea how much to put. If you put down a 2-inch puddle, you're gonna run a bead halfway across it, 4-inch all the way across, 8-inch you're gonna do all the way and then half again. So this gives you an idea of how much hardener to put in. Ideally, you should weigh your filler and your hardener. Most of us don't have a scale, so you have to kind of just eyeball it like the top of the can shows you. A lot of times it's hit and miss. You may mix them up and it just sets up way too fast, or it acts like it's not going to ever harden. You might come back the next day and it's still soft and have to scrape it off. So if you don't weigh it, it takes a little while to get used to how much hardener to put into your filler. We're going to come in here to our scale, set our board up there, zero it out, and then we'll go add some filler. Set our board back up there with the filler. So that's 135.6, and 35.6 times 2%, 2.7. So we'll clear out our scale, add our hardener. There it is. So that's 2%. Let's mix this up and get it on there. Try to get this on nice and smooth. Wow. Already setting up. So as warm as it is today, that 2% was too much. I need to go down just a little bit. It's already setting up. So after you put it on, you want to keep checking it. You can try the cheese grater. So to get to where it'll start cutting instead of rolling. I just kind of knocked the top off, just the high spots with the cheese grater. It's really too aggressive for me. And I'll swap over to the 40 grit. So it's setting up, but it's not dry yet. Lets me shape it really fast. So the temperature has a huge effect on how quick this hardens. You saw that was 2% on the scale, hardened way too fast. So next go round, I'm gonna cut that back and see if I can't wipe the entire area that I wanted to wipe. This is set up now, so I'm gonna go over with 80 grit and just get it a little bit closer before I apply the next coat. Another thing about using the 40 grit when the filler's still a little soft is it's gonna clog somewhat. But don't throw it away because it'll dry and you can just blow it off. So I'll be able to use that piece again. Got a little less hardener this time. See if we can wipe the whole thing. All right, we got the area covered a little bit better that time. We'll keep checking it. It's already starting to set up good. This is our old piece. We blew off. Some of it came off, some of it didn't. We'll start with this. See it rolling? Just a little bit too soon. So I'll just hit the high spots when it's still a little bit early. Once it gets to that firmness that I want, but before it's set up, carve it out. Getting close. With the optics, you can also see the color changing. The grayer it gets, the drier it is. Good sharp piece of 40 grit. Carve it on down. So where I see it starting to go through, I'm gonna stay away from that. Some of these high spots, I'll concentrate on top of that. So it's pretty close. I still want to leave a little bit of meat on there so I can sand it with the next grit, which is going to be 80. I want to clean up all the edges at this time While it's still a little bit soft, it'll be a lot easier to knock this stuff out now. Yeah. You want to make sure you take the necessary precautions to protect yourself. This stuff has a strong smell to it. It's really not good for you. You should probably be wearing a respirator the whole time. As you get into the finer grits, you definitely want to wear a respirator. When you're doing the rough end, most of what's coming off is heavy enough it's hitting the floor. But as it dries and you get a finer grit, it's in the air. Wear a respirator. Let's go ahead and get another coat of filler on here. We got a couple low areas we need to take care of. I'm probably gonna wipe the entire thing again. It'll be a real thin coat in most areas with just a little more applied where I need it. If I just try to fill this, when I go to sand it, it's gonna be hard to get it straight because as I'm sanding one area, it's sanding the other. So I'm better to put a little filler over the whole thing and take it all down in a uniform way. Uniform application, uniform removal. So it's just rolling up, clogging the paper. It's not quite ready. So that's somewhat close without taking too much off. I'm gonna let that set on up, then I'm gonna go after it with 80. So I'm at the point now where I'm really close. I tried to put that on nice and tight, very thin. I already had it fairly straight, just a couple little low areas from the other wipes that I made. So now, I try to make that one nice and tight, uniform over everything. At this point, I don't want to break out my 40 grit. The 40 grit is really just for shaping. Once I got that shape there, I'm done with that heavy scratch. I don't want to deal with that anymore. So I'm gonna let this harden all the way up. I'm gonna break out the 80 grit and knock the top off. Then I'm probably gonna switch to 120 and work it down from there. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm gonna sand the top of the bed. There's tons of little bitty dents. We'll get that sanded down, probably a coat of filler on that. Take a look at this dent. So this dent right here, it's really small. There's another one right there. We're gonna go ahead and sand this to bare metal and use our stud welder. Weld a stud on there and pull that out. The reason we won't just fill this is because when this is dented in, see that high spot? It comes out. It's dented in here, pops out over here. Same with this one, it's gonna have a high spot here. So to get rid of that high spot, we're gonna stud weld, pull it a little bit and tap on this and get it a little bit closer to where it's supposed to be before we fill it. So you can see the Optex. The Optex has changed colors, telling us that it's dry. I've noticed it does this pink ring around everything. I really don't know why. So same thing on top of this bed. I've got it all sanded down. It's in 80 grit. Dents taken out, high spots tapped in. It's just got a lot of little bitty dents. We're going to put filler over that whole top, let it start to set up, knock it down with the 40 grit, go from there. Hey, if you like the videos, give us the old thumbs up. Check out some of these other videos, and that's about all I can take for one day. We'll catch y'all next time. See ya.